Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our November and December issue of Inside Darley. You know, a lot of our growth these days is coming from serving our warfighters in the Department of Defense, or what's now called the Department of War. And we just got back from the AUSA show, which is the U.S. Army show in Washington, D.C. We had over 30 Darley employees in attendance, and so great to see so many military customers and so many important supply partners of ours. And, you know, while we were there, there's a lot of talk on autonomous vehicles, on drones, on counter drones, and new regulations taking place. So Darley's positioned very well in that. And in fact, we just brought on a fourth generation Darley family member, Mike Darley, who's going to be leading that initiative for us. And we've actually attached for you here, and that's our capabilities brochure on our manufacturing capabilities. We've also attached our distribution capabilities in defense. The third attachment that you'll find there too is a great article that defense strategy that just came out by Deloitte that gives you an outlook on both the aerospace and the defense industry. So some interesting stuff there. We're really busy too on our fire side of our business. We just got back from the Colorado Fire Chiefs. It was great. We've been sponsoring, the premier sponsor for that Fire Leadership Challenge for about the last 5 years. And they invited me to come out and be the keynote speaker this year. And I talked on emotional intelligence, using authentic leadership and emotional intelligence to create leaders and followers within your fire department. So I've attached a copy of that PDF for you if you're interested. Obviously at that show, a lot of talk relative to wildfires, and the USDA just is looking at a complete revamp of the way that the Department of Agriculture, that's U.S. Forest Service, BLM, Park Service, all of those groups work together. And we've attached a really interesting article for you here called The Bold Federal Plan to Overhaul U.S. Wildland Fire Management. And it addresses the executive order that President Trump signed in. It's 14308 relative to this revamp. We've also, for the last 4 or 5 years, had an essay contest, and this year's essay contest was understanding the why behind mental health challenges within the fire service, a topic that's very personal and hits home with the Darley family. For when I was 16 years old, my 25-year-old brother Billy actually died by suicide, and back then it was totally taboo. You know, today we sit back, and great to see the fire service addressing these issues, and we partnered with the NFFF, National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, on that, and we've attached those winning essays for you here, and congratulations to those recipients on over $6,000 in prize money. You know, NFPA lastly just released their data on their 2024 fire loss report. You can go into their nfpa.org and download that information. When you look at it, you'll see that there's continued reductions in the number of fires, the number of civilian and firefighter casualties. Wildfires have continued to grow in that area. But it's interesting, NFPA's slogan is "Safety doesn't just happen by chance." And that would be a great tagline for Darley too, because I'm so proud of our safety teams. In fact, if you can imagine, our company just went 1.5 million hours without a lost time accident at our 3 plants. So one of our plants went over 2,100 days. Yeah, that's over 6 years, if you can imagine, without an accident. So proud of our team. Hey, thanks for tuning into this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.